We will not copyright or trademark that. We do not have the rights to this at all. Please do not sue us. Thank you.
Welcome back to These Unprecedented Gays, your go-to podcast for all things queer, where we unpack the nuances of LGBTQ plus life in these unprecedented times.
Yummy recording?
No, we don't need to hear it.
Why can't we hear it?
Okay, I'm playing it. I'm playing it. When we get there.
Can you give context to why it happened?
Is it like the Justin Bieber song, Yummy?
No. So
I
Nick
got COVID for the third time.
No. So Nick has been of the belief that Max will only eat if he goes, okay, Max, it's time for your yummy yummies. Like, yummy yummies. And like, every day he'll be like, okay, Maxie boy, time for your yummy yummies. And I'm okay.
I have empirical data that this is actually true.
It's not true. Max is a thicky franny. And so there's a recording of him when he got COVID, and he's like, make sure you give Max your yummy yummies. But he goes, yummy yummy.
So play it. Oh God. Do you have it ready?
Hold on. Is it voice notes?
He saved it because I was also in.
It was when you do the iMessage and you do like the voice recording thing.
Oh, for
like
a text message.
What are they called? Like the voice memo?
I was sending Joe voice messages of like things because I was like, just in case you forget. My voice.
And he's like,
I'm in the
haha, lol, and I'm like, it's not Siri. So he sends this on January 10th. Are you ready?
God, COVID.
Yummy.
You gotta hold it close to the mic.
Yummy.
I want you to send me that digital file because that's gonna
definitely.
When we introduce her to shit, that'll be
How do I share this? I'm going to share it right now.
Does she eat? Yummy.
I'm sending it to the group. Right? This is the best.
So I'm Paul,
and I'm Joe,
and we're These Unprecedented Gays.
Oh, and you look so different in this. I know
we are
area.
in our new studio. Everyone,
Moving on up.
I know. A studio. Oh, no, she bet it did.
Wait, are you in the east side too? Or is it the west side?
We're on west.
We're still on the west side.
West Mission Valley.
But I thought, isn't the moving on up to the east side?
East
to
side.
the east side, yeah.
I mean, well, you're a little east of where you were.
Yes, and now we feel like we're in North County because we're above the 8.
Oh my God.
For those of you who don't know San Diego, there is a strip of highway called the 8. And anything below
Did she 8 though?
It is like the major east-west highway.
Yeah, it's the major east-west. So it basically cuts San Diego in half, and like everything below it is San Diego. Everything above it is North County. That's just
my God!
I think that's how you personally think of it, but I don't think the rest of the city thinks.
Honestly, though, like I can get on board with that because I never realized. I thought La Jolla was like its own like North San Diego thing. Because if you think about it, La Jolla is like what 12 miles above us, maybe from downtown. So like you can get on board. But also like South County is like pretty big too because like you have. What, Chula Vista? No, National City, Chula Vista, San Isidro? And then Mexico.
Yeah, all those.
And then you're going even east of their other cities.
I don't know any of the cities.
Lemon Grove and...
I've heard of that. I've heard of her. She's very fruity.
How are you doing?
Well, yeah, we've seen each other, but we haven't officially recorded our scene.
We're not going to talk about our week yet because I have a new segment.
Yes.
That I want to introduce to everyone.
Do it.
Now that we're in a new studio, we need a new segment too.
Oh.
And this one is all about like, we're going to go through stuff that happened in the news or anything that we've seen. And we're going to ask the question, but did she eat? And so this is just a great opportunity for us to talk and go, Was that worth it? Was that good? Was that bad? How was that for?
We're just
anyone?
gonna digest it and then debrief.
Yeah. So the first thing, of course, everybody's talking about right now is Marjorie Taylor Greene and Jasmine Crockett during the House Oversight Committee meeting.
I keep saying Jasmine Masters accidentally.
We're going right into this sheet.
Yeah.
Yes. Welcome to the podcast. No, so I've been saying I said it at work and I was like, oh my God, did you hear what Jasmine Masters did? And they were like, what? I was like, the Senate or the Congresswoman. And they're like, oh yeah. And I was like, oh fuck, it's not Jasmine.
It's Jasmine Crockett. Well, because she called, because Marjorie Taylor Greene said that, like, she brought up something that had nothing to do with what they were talking about, which was Garrett.
Of course.
Merrick Garland. Well, they were talking about Merrick Garland and everything. And then
MTG.
Jasmine was like, well, do you even know why we're here? Because she brought up something totally different. And she's like, well, I don't know about why you're here. Maybe your fake eyelashes are making it hard to see why we're here and everything. And that started a whole thing with, like, her and AOC.
I lived. When I tell you, I was like, first, I hate how this is our fucking government. But also,
that too.
I love how it's broadcast on whatever broadcast
C-SPAN
channel.
or something, like,
girl. Because AOC goes, oh, baby, girl, And I was like, get it, Bronx Queen.
Well, and then you have, like, them going back and forth, and then, AOC is like, that needs to be stricken, the yeah. should be taken off, she needs to apologize, and MTG's like saying, no, I'm not going to apologize. And then Jasmine's like, so let me get some clarification from you. Like, so if I called bleach blonde, bad built, butch body, is that attacking her personality? Because you're not supposed to do that.
It said a personality. Because
right.
Jasmine, not Masters, Jasmine Crockett, she is a sharp tack from Texas, and she is an ex-lawyer, and so
right.
she's quick. But from my understanding is, like, if your record or the words are stricken, whatever, I don't know, like, you're also kicked out of the thing.
You can be censured for the rest
right.
of the hearing.
So, like, basically, if your words are struck from the record, you also are removed from the hearing.
So I was wondering, is it when they strike from the record? Doesn't mean that, like, it's not in the written. It's actually not written in the
yes.
thing, right? They'll
correct. So
yes.
no longer in the notes.
But it makes me wonder about, like, from where we started as a country to now, like, what was struck from the record that we don't see before cameras, before reporters, like. What were those divas saying back in the 1700s?
What were those sassy ones wearing the powdered wigs saying to each other?
That was
you mean the drag queens?
That was struck from the record, which was up before, like, the short
stenographer.
They were handwritten with a quill and a pen and all the things.
Hold on, I'm not done writing this down yet.
Jeremiah, you lame ass.
It's like he wants to strike it from the record, and then it's like them striking it from the record.
What would a 1762 like bleach blonde butch body built be? Can we please figure out what that would be in, like, 1760s language?
You scoundrel.
So then it turned into something, and as she's saying that, Comer does not know what she's talking about. He's like, what? I don't understand.
Yeah, the head guy or whatever. Yeah.
Like, falling out laughing about it. And then,
did she eat?
But well, here's the thing. Like, also with that, Marjorie Taylor Greene posted a video of herself working out, going, "This body is built for strength," and blah blah blah. And then Jasmine Crockett is going to put out the Crockett
swag
back collection.
She trademarked the phrase.
So first off, Marjorie Taylor Greene. But did she eat?
No,
she did not.
She got eaten.
Well, and not only that, but, like, you're going to put out a video of you working out, but, like, isn't that just calling back to the fact that you and your husband are divorcing or are divorced because you slept with your coach? Your trainer?
But she's a devout Christian.
Oh, well, yeah. They all are.
Because in Leviticus section 4... It says sleep with your coach.
And before we get to Jasmine Crockett, did you see what Laura Berbert did?
No.
On camera?
No.
She made sure that the camera was watching her, and then she tried to do the sign of the cross, but she didn't do it right.
No, she didn't!
No. It's like, all you have to do is spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch. Like, but she did spectacles, wallet, watch, wallet.
Oh my God. She didn't even do up, down, left, right. Oh Lord.
So now we ask the question, Jasmine Crockett, but did she eat?
She ate it, she sopped it up, she killed it, and then she ate it again.
I feel like she left no crumbs because,
none.
Okay, so here's the other thing.
Call her Dyson because she vacuumed it up.
Paulina Luna.
Who's Paulina Luna?
She's another one of those right wing on Martin Taylor Greene's side. She kept saying, "You need to calm down. You need to calm down."
Right.
To Jasmine Crockett, and I'm like, "You don't do that because that is a white."
And it was like the thing that it was blatant racism,
right,
on the congressional floor,
because that's what they do usually to black women. To kind of make them feel like they're
enraged,
out of control.
Yeah, and then
not.
It's like no one ever in the history of mankind telling someone to calm down. Did they calm down?
And not only that, but like Jasmine Crockett, when she is reading you to filth, she is the calmest thing.
Yes,
out there.
Yes, and that's why it's like, because she's like, I'm just asking for clarification. Like, it's the best.
I can't believe that Anna Paulina Luna is only 35 in Congress. That's crazy.
She is the worst.
I don't know who that is, but when you said something Luna, I thought you meant Cat de Luna, and I was like, wine up, girl.
Wine up?
Oh, yeah.
From Florida.
She's from Florida, so imagine that. You know.
What is she? I've never heard of her.
Yeah, you don't need to.
Okay.
Well, there's a lot of U.S. representatives in Congress, House of Representatives. So.
Yeah, there's like 437. I think.
All right. So the next one we're going to ask is Harrison Butker. He is the kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Girl.
Now, he gave a commencement speech at a Catholic college. I will tell you this. It was a Catholic college and was very much about, like, saying how, yes, there are some people out here who are graduating and you're probably okay. You're probably very happy about that. But some of you women out there are probably waiting for the lives that you're going to bring and the homes that you're going to build. And that's great. And that's what you should be. And that these Pride months and everything else, and the woke media is bringing everything down.
No, and it was like blatant because he was like, a lot of you are going to go and be CEOs of the company, but that won't be your biggest accomplishment. The best accomplishment that you can do as a woman is be a homemaker.
Okay, so couple of things. You do know that his mom is...
I know this, yes.
She is like a...
physicist?
She is a oncologist.
Yeah, girlfriend's smart.
She's like at Emory University. She's like tenure at Emory University.
And that's a good college, yeah.
Since like 19... She is... she's worked at Emory University's Department of Radiation Oncology, meaning she works with cancer patients.
I think she's a medical physicist.
Yeah, since 1988.
Jesus.
And she follows in the steps of her father, who worked at Emory University, Winship Department of Hematology and Medical Oncology.
Come on, Hema Queen.
So this is somebody whose life and advancements were done by a woman because
a working woman.
He has, she's made it possible for him to have all of these benefits,
and now he's a millionaire, a quadrillionaire, right?
So he's and not only that, but how dare you then, like, during your speech, quote Taylor Swift, but don't even mention her by name. How like sexist, because he says during his speech, he goes, as my teammate's girlfriend says, so you're blatantly being a sexist by reducing her down to that. Yeah. Like the highest paid woman in music, if not in the
self-made billionaire?
Right.
Yeah.
You're reducing her down to just like somebody's girlfriend. And he goes, familiarity breeds contempt, which is quoting her song Bejeweled.
Oh, Lord.
Which is all about making a mediocre man get out of her way so she could shine.
Oh, Lord. I just loved, because this is the NFL, right?
Yes.
The NFL team or whatever was like, we don't agree. Like, those views aren't our views. Because they know that all the Swiftie fans are coming to their games.
Well, yeah, because they're going to lose a lot of money if they...
And they're like, we realize that he has his own ability to say his own words, but that doesn't represent the views of our team.
My favorite clapback was the nuns.
Oh, yeah, the nuns came back from that college.
Like,
and were
like real nuns?
Yes, like the sisters of that college.
And they were like,
that's not okay.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
From the college?
Yeah, they put out a statement.
Here's the question I have before we get into did he eat. Did they not like check the speech?
They don't have to.
You don't have to quality control that, make sure it's okay.
No.
No.
So I think that you're actually, from a PR perspective, you're supposed to, and the college basically was like, sure, say whatever you want. Like,
Or you could give them a speech.
Yes, that's
and then get up there and do your own thing.
Yes.
If I were running that, I would have been like, "You're off script. I'm cutting your mic, and you need to go but give the speech that you're supposed to give."
When we did the galas, we would ask to see them the speeches,
Yeah.
so that we had an understanding of what they were going to say.
Absolutely.
And then we'd be like, "Hey, we're going to ask that you don't." We would just say, "We were going to ask you don't say this," and most of the time they would.
Because you want to make sure that it's in line with your morals and values so that you're not a PR stunt or now that you're publicly viral for this horrible fiasco.
But did he eat?
No, she did not
They
eat.
should not eat.
You know who ate? Social media's response
Is
to
he
that.
attractive?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, but like,
I don't
here's the
know.
thing. Like, okay, I'm not coming for his right to be able to say it. He has every right to be able to say
The
it.
First Amendment, right?
Correct. Free speech. That's where.
Or is it the
I
Second
mean,
Amendment?
Technically, that's not what it falls under. But like,
I don't know, girl.
He is able to say it, but he is not free from consequences or
Backlash.
pushback.
Yeah.
Now, it's okay if you have your opinion on things, but when you start attacking like minorities and
Right.
everything, there's a problem there. Plus, why would you say that to a full group of women who have spent years getting
You're getting
a doctorate, a
education.
master's, an education,
Right.
and say that to them?
Read the room, girl.
He's also 28 years old.
Yeah. He also said his wife, her biggest accomplishment in love is the fact that she has a family to take care of.
So, Nick, your point there about him being 28 years old is interesting because a generation ago, a 28-year-old would be an independent adult earning their own living.
Yeah.
Being
He
responsible
would already
for what
have
they
a
want.
family of 4.
Correct.
And now we think of a 28-year-old as a teenager.
I mean, yeah.
When you think like
Like they're still figuring
Girl,
it out.
I am barely an adult, and I am 34.
But I mean, again, at
How old am I?
Like before, we would kick our kids out at 18. They would have to have a job by like
Get your
15 or
shit together,
16,
yeah.
and get your shit together. And like you would have to. There's a lot of people who had to pay their own college and tuition
Mm-hmm.
because they worked through that and had to go to school too. So why is age has nothing to do with it. I don't think there's no reason
I agree.
to have him hide behind that.
Or just the fact that it's just like misogynistic.
yeah.
Like
So she did not eat.
she did not
She
eat.
is hungry.
Yeah.
So speaking about people, putting down other races in a very overt way, how about Trump standing in front of the courthouse going, "This judge hates me." I mean, look at him. Look where he's from.
No.
He's
What?
from a Latin country.
Wait, what?
I did not
Judge
even know that.
Rashawn?
I mean, but did he eat? But did she eat? No.
Donald Trump.
He's starving right now.
Trump will never. He will be eating fine in prison.
And he'll still be the president. Most
He's
likely.
going to be the president from prison, and I don't know what's going to happen.
I think that I need to evaluate where I'll be living in November.
It's ridiculous. But yeah, I didn't even know he said that, but that
I
must
didn't
be
know
like
that either.
today or something. Yeah.
Oh.
And I wouldn't be surprised by it either because, like, did you see that Judge Alito was flying a flag in front of his house that says,
Oh, yeah.
something about reach to heaven or something like that?
Oh, no, that was the other flag. That was his beach home because the other flag that he had upside down for the support of January 6th insurrection, but he blamed his wife.
Oh, God.
He's flown two flags.
Supreme Court of Justice is
Yeah.
Samuel, the head of the Supreme Court, had an upside down flag on January 6th to say stop. It was like the stop the steal. He was like supporting it, and he's like, "Oh, my wife did that."
But now he had a flag out just recently that it's like a January 6th whistle dog kind of thing.
There's a guy I follow on Instagram. He's a cute redhead that does like political whatever. No, because he's like.
When I said to Joe, I was like, I didn't know you were into redheads.
I'm into anything. Well, Paul. Okay, Paul sent me this thing, and it was like, oh, if you've ever bottomed for a redhead, you're a gingerbread, and I was like, is that? I was like, have I ever had sex with a redhead? And I was like, oh, I have. So I have gingerbread. No, but like. This guy's name is Brian online, and he's like cute, but also
His
like
name is
nerdy.
Brian online?
No, not Brian online. Like, maybe it's not Brian, Stop it. But he's like, he's in New York, and he like started his own company to basically like crowdfund money to give to politicians that need money for like campaigning. So like, and he's gay. I love him. But he was like, it's giving resignation, like Supreme Court Justice resignation. And I'm like, ooh. Because like, yeah, you kind of like should probably quit after all this stuff. What else you got? What else we eating?
Thomas didn't have to quit yet, and he's towed that line really closely.
Oh, no, but they have an ethics guide now. It's not an ethics guide.
They're not going to follow it.
It says you should be ethical. That's what their guide is. There's no standard.
You should be ethical in air quotes. All right. So my other one is the bear that was caught on camera smiling in like one of the national parks because it was like by motion detection. He was caught and he was smiling in the picture, and I was like, oh my god, she ate. I was just gonna say it. I don't even need to ask like. But did she eat? Like, she ate. Like, she
Which park was it in?
Like, it's like, it's on a mountain camera. So
that's
in LA.
so cute.
I know she ate, right?
I would rather be in the forest with that than a man.
Okay.
A straight man.
That's the bear they talk about when they say
Right.
Yeah.
Is it
wherever the San Gabriel Valley is?
LA?
Oh. I don't know what that is. But look.
That's cute.
She's posing the house down boots.
She's going to be a T-shirt for a gay man in Southern California.
That bear looks so happy.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't know if it's a girl or a guy.
They look happy.
Yeah. it's a BEAX.
Yeah. Bo.
So the last one, and Andy doesn't understand this, and I don't think it's that great either, but we're gonna ask the question, but did she eat? Is the Four Seasons baby. Have you seen this?
Oh,
it's a guy holding his baby, and the mom is behind the camera, and she goes, "Who wants to go and stay at the Four Seasons Orlando?" And the baby shoots up its hand and says, "Me." And so
and that is it. Millions of views.
23 million views. But I'm also like
7 seconds.
I think it's because the guy is shirtless. That's like,
probably that's a lot of what the gays are probably like because he's shirtless.
like a little hair.
Yeah,
It's cute.
Exactly. And so, but I'm also like, is this just a play so that the Four Seasons in Orlando will give you a free stay at their hotel?
I mean, if they got 27 million people to be like, because is the Four Seasons expensive? Yes.
Very expensive.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
It's like Ritz-Carlton level.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's nice.
Okay.
So, but did she eat?
The kid?
No.
No.
It did not.
Oh, she's eating now for free.
Do what?
She's eating now for free.
Well, kids eat free anyway.
Wait, for real? At the Four Seasons?
No, that's a Sizzler. Wait.
Oh my god. I love the Sizzler. Did you guys have the Sizzlers?
Oh, when I was younger, yeah. Sizzler and Ponderosa.
I've never been to Ponderosa.
Ponderosa? I've never been.
My favorite part of Sizzler was they had like neon, not neon colored sugars, but like the sugars were like different colors, and it was just like on the table, and I would eat them.
So when we were little, we had beefsteak Charlies, and it was like you buy the steak and you get the salad, all the salad bar, beer and wine and sangria that you could drink, basically.
And Beefsteak Charlie was like the precursor for like steak and ale.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but Ponderosa, I used to love that. It was like, it was like a steakhouse, but like you got the huge salad bar and everything, and I thought that was awesome.
That's like we had something like, well, it was more like a soup plantation, like Fresh Choice. That was
like sweet tomatoes.
Yeah,
Sweet Tomatoes is soup plantation, just on a different coast.
I love that so
I don't think that they survived COVID. I will tell you a story. When I was younger, we would go there because it was, again, kids had like kids meal like options. So like a family of 4, it was pretty inexpensive to feed, but you had to get the salad.
I love soup plantation. That was like a favorite.
Well, but did it start with the salad part? Like there was like a salad bar, and I never liked salad as a kid, so all I would get would be hard-boiled eggs and cottage cheese.
You like cottage cheese as a kid?
I love cottage cheese. Oh my god, cottage cheese is good. I can't do tapioca pudding, But I love the like fresh choice because it was like you had the creepy nasty salad bar or whatever, but then you'd have like the pizza thing at the end, and there would be like the warm bran muffins, and then like soup, and then it would have the ice cream soft serve machine, and you would just load up.
Well, like
Memories.
and so like on the East Coast, sweet plantation is called Sweet Tomatoes.
We had a sweet potatoes or sweet
Utah.
sweet tomatoes.
What did
Freudian
you
slip.
eat?
Sweet potatoes?
Sweet tomatoes? Yeah. Oh, she ate. I mean, I never ate as a kid because I didn't like food, but I tried.
You didn't like food?
I was so picky.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't like salad probably until I was in my like 20s.
So
Until
I
he was
didn't like pizza
33.
until I was like 17, 18.
Why? Because was it a traumatic thing? Because where you lived?
No,
'Cause-
we had great pizza.
I know.
It's just
So
a
like,
weird
why
thing.
would you?
So my mom and dad, like, they would take us to the local pizza place on a Friday night, like when I was a little kid, and I'd always get like they had fried chicken in a basket. I'd get chicken in a basket with French fries. That was my thing.
With ranch or honey mustard or barbecue sauce?
They didn't have those kinds of condiments back then. You got ketchup.
Girl, yes they
They
did.
did not have ranch, honey mustard. They had barbecue, but they
Back
didn't-
Ranch? No, because ranch was invented in the countryside.
They
but-
did not even have
No, it
boneless
wasn't.
chicken.
But in the
It was
Mesozoic
bone-in
age-
chicken.
Stop it. You are not that old girl. They had
know.
honey mustard.
No, they did not.
He's older than Hidden Valley.
No.
Honey mustard came into kind of trend in like the 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
And ranch came in around the same time. Hidden Valley Ranch was like this breakthrough thing on the East Coast.
It's also apparently not in Europe. Like,
Yeah.
they don't have ranch in Europe.
No, because you can't get it in. Well, I'm sure now you can get it.
we
in
need to
London.
pack a bottle of Hidden Valley when we go to
You
London.
have to go to the
we don't.
gourmet store.
You gotta go to the international store.
I'll be fine. I don't need it. I'm good.
I love ranch. Ranch is my favorite condiment. Ranch, honey mustard, barbecue sauce. I love a good horseradish cream sauce.
I like honey mustard, but I like to dip my club sandwich in honey mustard and eat it that way.
I'll dip anything in honey mustard. I'm a condiment queen.
So when we were in Australia, even ketchup was kind of you got tomato sauce.
Right.
Ew. Was it like
You had to
tomato
specifically
paste?
request it.
Yes.
Was it like the paste?
No, it was
still
like
ketchup.
It was ketchup.
Or did they call it katsup?
It's like when you go to a high-end restaurant here and you go, can I get some ketchup? And they're like, here's a tomato aioli or something.
No, I want that Sugar Craft or the Heinz.
So anyway.
I have a. But did she eat?
Go
I
ahead.
told you earlier. So, the people that have created OpenAI recently came out with like a voice version of that, which is like your Siri or Alexa, whatever, and it sounded like Scarlett Johansson.
Right, for the movie Her.
Yes,
Based on the
because
AI.
I
it's based
forgot
off
about
her
that
AI of
movie
Her.
with Joaquin Phoenix, right?
And she was like, "Hey, thanks for thinking of me, but it's a no for me, dog." And they went forward and basically used her voice.
Did she sue?
She hasn't sued, but she basically was like, "I'm going to sue you if you don't take this down."
She did this cease and desist.
Yeah, and they did, and they were like, "Oh, sorry, girl. Like, we didn't know that you didn't want your voice to be used in this."
Okay.
Right?
But did you know that they used that on SNL as a joke?
I love that too. With well, it was because it was Colin had to do, who's married to Scarlett.
Yeah.
had to do the joke by Michael Che, who wrote the joke for Colin, which was fucking hilarious.
I just like, I mean,
What good is the AI if you don't
Here's
see
the
her
thing.
smoking hot
Here's
body?
the thing for me, like, do I love my voice? No, but in my mind, I would be more negotiating with them to be like, "Cool, you want to use my voice? How much are you going to pay me? And what in what perpetuity? If my voice becomes the voice of AI, I want to be a billionaire
But-
when this works out." Like,
See-
so I kind of think that she quickly was like, maybe she should have thought about it.
no, because that is your voice for entire
I
history.
get it, but
and
like
that
from-
it is something that no one ever will be able to have other than you.
I do wonder though if she said no because she wasn't getting compensated the way she wanted. And that, I mean, it always comes down to money. Let's be honest, it does.
So
I
she's
mean-
going to go to Nicole Kidman and do a deal with her.
Oh my god, it's going to be Nicole.
Oh my god. Here at OpenAI, there's magic. At IMCAI. Not IMC, at AI.
Well, I do wonder, like in 10 years, will Lady Johansson look back and be like,
Lady Johansson.
I overreact to this. Maybe I should have use my voice because now like it's become what it is, and I could have made a
Listen,
lot of
in
money.
10 years, we'll have no ability to prevent anyone from using our likeness or anything.
We'll all have Lady Johansson's voice.
She's more upset that even though she said, "Please don't use my
Lady
voice,"
Johansson.
that
I'm
they
sorry,
used
but
it.
Lady Johansson has to be the name of the episode.
I'm still thinking.
Have you listened to her voice? She is Lady Johansson to me.
Yeah, she was the AI for her, and like I would love Nicole Kidman to speak to me. Oh man, that AMC
Holly
thing.
Lord Johansson.
Yeah. So my question, sorry, we're still on the did she. So if you had an AI voice, like it was, like right now it's just a couple. You can choose like an accent for your voice, right? Like Australian, British, whatever you want. Who would your like actor or person? Who would your person be as like your AI voice?
So
who's your AI voice?
Funny story. When Navigation Assistance first came out, I had this idea, and at the time I thought it would be a big hit. But to get famous people with really distinctive voices, like Sean Connery, doing Navigation, and like throw in little quips like
fun little
"Oh,
things,
you
like
dumb little fucker,"
Yeah.
like you could throw in things that were very typical of what they would say when you didn't do it right, or. But I thought that would be a huge hit, and people would record their voice and get a royalty for it.
Yeah, let them get paid. I think mine would be
Who's
a Broadway
yours?
person.
Who?
It's either Sutton Foster or Audra McDonald. It's a female voice, and it's one
But
of
would
those
they have
two.
to sing to you?
Yes, I want like turn right. Like some people like.
See, mine would probably be like Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh my God! What do you mean?
What are you, stupid?
I would have two. Mine would either be Morgan Freeman,
Okay.
and then Tabitha Brown, who is like a social media vegan. Like she came to kind of fruition during COVID, where she would be like, "Hello there," and she's like very like calming.
Oh, so my other one would be
Very good.
my other one would be Leslie Jordan.
Oh,
Hey, all you hunk downers.
well,
Right
shit.
here.
How y'all doing?
Well, shit, you made a wrong turn.
I would want him to narrate my life.
Actually, I want who's the guy that does the sleep app?
Oh, Matthew McConaughey.
All right. Let's go left up here.
Who's married to Megan Mullally? He was the guy.
Offerman, Nick Offerman.
I think that would be my other choice.
Nick
I think
Offerman,
that
really?
because he's just like the voice. Like if you're in chaos, he'd be like, "Wow, you missed that turn." But
And-
don't worry, we're gonna get you to the place.
And he
you need
has
to be.
kind of like a manly voice.
Yeah, like just like that. Like, okay, thanks, Nick Offerman. I got this. Thank you.
You know what? Who else I would like? Julie Andrews or Megan Thee Stallion. Because she'd be like, "Hey, I."
I think Yul Brenner. Turn left, etc.
I would welcome any new voices that would like narrate or whatever.
I actually would love Paul. Like Paul would be like, "Girl, you missed that. What you doing?"
He'd be like, "Oh, you're not gonna listen to me? Fine. I'm just gonna shut up now."
Well, I love that thing. I think we talked about it once before, but it was on. It was like a recording of somebody, and they went, "Hey," they were on.
Like Siri,
Alexa,
but
they were like, "Hey Alexa, which way do I go?" And you're like, "Who's this bitch Alexa?" It was Siri's voice.
Oh my god.
Why don't you fucking ask her?
Well, the original Siri woman, like that recorded the original thing, like she was like I think a voice actress or whatever. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they use her voice anymore, but like she was the original Siri and like got a bunch of money. So I think you're right with Lady Johansson.
I actually listened to this great podcast about the old 1-900 numbers for like call-in porn, like how that industry grew out of nothing overnight and became this multi-million-dollar industry. But the woman whose voice did the call routing, like, "Hey, if you want to do," like they interviewed her. She's like this one old lady now who did all those recordings about like, "Do you want a good time?"
No.
Her voice is so distinctive.
I hope she got paid.
She did. She made a good
Because
good
I
amount
called
of money.
that 1-900 number when
I've
I was
never
at
called
school
it.
in Tucson. Because I was like, "Listen, you want to see look what happens?" And you get this like fun voice. We called 1-900-SPANK-ME.
Oh my god.
We'd ask for ass.
Well, and so like as a young kid, you're like, because it usually starts with the woman, and then right at the end, there's a little like oh, by the way, if you want the guy, here's the guy stuff too. And anyway, and then you hang up. You don't want to pay the money, but yeah, 1-900-SPANK-ME. I dialed that several times.
One of my brothers actually ran up a huge tab. My dad's phone bill. I was in college at the time, so I did not experience this.
It wasn't you.
I found out about it when I came home for holiday. It was like, like $600 charges, and
Girl, that's a lot.
I know.
my
Back
brother
then,
Dan, may he rest in peace. But
How many times was he calling the 1-900-SPANK-ME?
apparently,
or
more.
it's not even how many times. It's like how long were you on?
Yeah,
it?
How long did I
and
call?
they're designed
It's
to keep you on the phone.
$1.99 a minute usually.
With a $4 upfront charge first
There's
to
a
connect.
surcharge. Yes.
It's a connect charge.
Damn, that's a good business model.
And it is a crazy model because you didn't have to like give a credit card. You just said yes, unless you were on a payphone, because then they'd ask for it. But if you were on your landline,
They would just charge you.
charge it to your
Your pack
But
bill.
that's why that podcast was really interesting, because some of the most advanced technologies about voice recognition and age verification came from that industry.
So crazy.
Because in order to avoid the
Interesting.
chargebacks, like they had to do everything possible to validate that it was an adult, and then record the person affirming that they wanted to incur these charges.
For like legality, interesting.
Just like you don't want to do when somebody calls you and you don't know the number and you pick up, don't say yes. You say hello or something else, because scammers are trying to record you saying yes.
I know.
So that they can then call your bank.
No!
Yes.
Hello, Governor.
So you just say hello?
Use your different voice.
Like
You
Adele.
can sing it like Adele
Hello.
every time.
Well, I'm trying to think. I don't answer the phone yes. I go, hello.
Or like they'll ask you, "Oh, is this Joe Granelli?" And you'd be like, "Yes," and then they've recorded you.
You can say this yes, or this is Joe Granelli.
This is
How can I
me.
help you?
Yeah, exactly.
'Tis true. Your statement is correct.
So
I'm worried about answering that. That's why I don't answer the phone.
we're going to talk about Move in a little bit, but during the Move, we were selling things on Facebook Marketplace, and apparently there's a scam where people like give you a 5-digit number to call, and that exposes your personal information somehow.
I've gotten ones where they're like, hey, have reset your number, like to get like a Google number or
It's a
something.
Google phone number.
And they want all of your calls to be routed to that number or something,
Yeah,
so that they can get whatever. And I'm like, no.
Just like when Andy was like, "I've gotten 3 of these emails about like somebody's asking for money through PayPal or something
yeah,
like
I
that,"
got
and I'm
someone
like,
who actually asked me to make a payment on PayPal. I was like,
No.
no.
I get those like I get 3 or 4 a day from like people saying, "You just paid so $99.99 through Venmo," and I'm like,
Oh,
No, I
God.
didn't.
I've got so many subscriptions to QuickBooks right now. I mean, I get one of those every couple of
I hate
days.
the world. Oh, my last thing I want to say is that Joe and I were. This isn't a Does She Eat, but like Joe and I were talking this week about our names as your first and last name.com.
"Okay."
I didn't look up Andy yet, but your name is worth $15,000. Yeah,
My name?
Nick Stone. How much is Nick Stone's?
$4,500.
Wait, what is it? What do you mean? What is that?
Wait, look up Andy's
Like
too.
Andy,
No. We'll talk about mine last, but look up Andy's.
Let's do. Do you want Andy or Andrew?
Andrew Quinn Smith.
How much is your domain worth?
So Paul Smith is worth $14,999 or something like that.
I'm worth a penny.
Okay, Andy, same.
So do
I put in-
Andrew Smith.
Let's
I-
just do Andy Smith.
I put in Joe
Yes, I've done
Granelli,
this
and
a
it was
lot of
like,
times.
you can get a 3-year rate lock for a penny.
$6,000.
bitch, you're $6,000?
$6,000.
Put up Joe Granelli, and you're gonna see it's worth 1 penny.
Joe Granelli
I am worth-
is not necessarily worth.
Now, how much was it stone?
Well, so I
Less than 100.
before I bring it up, I want to say when I was living in Washington D.C., I'm still trying to get Nick Stone at Gmail. The person that owns it, his name's like Peter Brown, or like it's not he set it up, and so I keep emailing him. I do it once a year and say, "Are you ready to give me this? I will give you money. I want Nick Stone at gmail.com." Mm-hmm. And they're like, "I'm using this. Like you can never have it." I'm like,
"As what?
Your name is not my name.
That's his porn name.
That must be his porn name." So also while I was in DC,
maybe that's why it's $6,000.
I had the opportunity to buy nickstone.com for $800.
Oh, you've reached the maximum amount of.
Oh, you can't search.
Oh, per day.
Anyway, mine is worth about $4,500 at this point.
So mine is worth the most.
Yes, your name, paulsmith.com, is worth.
Because it helps that Paul Smith is a designer.
Oh.
No, it's because of me.
Yeah.
Definitely because
and
of
this
you.
podcast.
We're talking about you mean Paul Smith, the designer in this room.
It was just a lot of fun because I was like, I thought that your first and last name for most people, like at this point, because the internet has been around for a while, that it would be worth something. So hey, if you can get your domain, pro tip, if you can get your domain, go out and buy it.
Well, mine's only a penny, so
when
great.
When were born, they got their email addresses on Gmail.
It's smart.
That was a cool, very forward.
So they have it. Yeah, I have a friend that is in my same industry, and I was talking about her with this just yesterday. So she looked it up, and she's like, "I can buy my kids' first and last name.com for $12 a year." And lock it in for 10 years. So I'm going to spend
$120.
$120 per kid, $240.
It's not bad.
Like, what a cool gift to give your kid when they're like 18. Hey, when you were a kid, I bought your .com. Here you go. Like, and I think that's kind of like the world we're going into. Like, what a cool gift to give.
What would Lady Johansson say?
I don't know.
So back in the day when you had 800 numbers, MCI Communications was the company I worked for, and they wanted to do 1-800-COLLECT.
Yeah.
But that number series, when you spelled out collect, was actually owned by a dry cleaner in like Northern California.
Good for them.
So they showed up at the door that they gave one of their business people 2 suitcases of money.
No.
Like $50,000 in each suitcase.
Can you imagine?
And they said,
unlocks the thing,
make
like
us a
it
deal.
pops up.
So they would never, when you do trademark things like that or like novelty numbers, you never tell where you're from, or because as soon as somebody knows it's high value, like a big company that wants that, the price goes up. So this person shows up and basically only had to use 1 suitcase. So it was a huge win for.
God damn it!
I mean that
I would be like, both those suitcases.
I'm gonna need 4 of those. Thank you.
Yeah, that number was worth millions and millions.
Wow, I just remember it was 1-800-CALL-ATT for like collect.
Company.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
because that's how like you would have to call.
Collect was one of the first like callback concepts.
Yeah,
dialed around AT&T.
But you would have to call, and then that would ask the person on the receiving if they're willing to accept the charges, right?
Yeah,
because I remember I would call my mom that way.
So any collect
Payphone
phone call would do that.
Yeah,
but it would go through AT&T. So the companies like MCI were creating a dial around number. So if you dial 1-800-COLLECT, your rate would be lower than AT&T's, and you would still get all that revenue.
Yeah, I used to do that.
Did you guys ever make a collect call where you're like, "I'm doing fine, don't pick this up," but like,
yes, we had a code when you had to give your name on the collect call. You would say
the name was like as long
coming home right now.
I'll see you soon. Don't worry about me. Bye. Right?
Yes.
That's
I didn't know you could do that.
Yes. Playback would be like, "We have a collect call from coming home right now."
Yeah. Hey, this is Nick. I'll be home soon. Bye. And you could leave a message.
The charges, and they say no.
But you have to wait until they hear it and then hang up.
Yeah.
How do you know they heard it?
You don't know. You just hope that they got the message, or whoever picks it up,
or they hung up, so you know that they heard the message, and then you could go.
My
life.
Well, but some you could hear, like when it first started out, you could actually hear the person, but you couldn't talk. They couldn't hear you, but you could hear the person, like pick up and go yes or whatever.
I just remember, it was like $1.
$1.99. Yeah, $1.99 for that.
Back in the day, 411 used to cost like 50 cents. That was a huge
I think
thing.
I've said this on the podcast, but my dad would get so mad at my mom because she would do 411 for everything. And she'd be like, 411, like, what's the phone number for, like, this restaurant? And then, like, my dad would be like, Sue, why do we have hundreds of dollars of 411? And she's like, oh, I don't know. And then, like, when Google, like, you could Google things on your phone, she would still do 411.
I would too.
She doesn't 411 anymore. She's gotten better.
I used to love calling movie phone.
I did too. I love that so
And it was free.
much.
Or, like, calling the
Yes.
Weather Channel.
Oh yeah, call about the weather.
Yeah.
See what the weather's like.
Or at the bung, the time will be.
Yes,
I
exactly.
loved that one.
These kids today don't know any of this.
But that's what we did to, like, get by with the time, because it's like, well, we have 6 hours. What are we going to do? Let's call the time clock.
The guy. Go ahead.
Did you guys ever have a phone with a long cord that you had to route through your house? Or did
Yes.
you always have wireless?
Yes.
Like the extra long cord.
We had
You'd
the
buy
extra,
the extra
long
long
cord that
cord.
would, and if you were on a personal call, like with your girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever, but
You'd
you
go
had
into
to
the
up,
other
like,
room.
The stairs. We would sit on the stairs in our house talking on that phone, and anyone else would have to like navigate around.
And you'd have to duck. Yeah, my grandma, my mom's mom in Erie, the phone was like over in the dining room, and she would obviously be like in the kitchen for whatever reason. So she would take the phone. It'd be the longest cord. Like, it would probably be like a 20-foot cord.
Yeah.
And she would be talking on the phone, and like the cord is just like hanging out. Those were good times. Oh,
Fun memories.
anyway, what were you going to say?
I was gonna say the movie phone guy, but did she eat? Yes, 'cause I used to
100%.
love that guy.
His
Thank you
voice
for
was-
calling movie phone.
His voice was great.
You know, in
yes.
30 years, we're going to be talking about the deal guy on.
Oh my god, I love
I know,
him.
because there'll be another version of how
It'll be
we
another
like get the-
nostalgic memory.
Because we just watched it because I was like, oh,
Well, you're closer to Costco now.
Hey, deal guy,
I
if
know.
you'd like to come on the podcast, we'd love
Yeah,
it.
we'd love to have you. I would love to have the deal guy.
Do you think he would give us a deal?
I just love that he says, "Thank you" and "I love you," and I'm like,
Like, these are the things you should be listening to on these unprecedented gays.
Hell yeah.
I mean,
Number 10.
Paul, work your magic. Get him on.
Yeah, right.
okay, I'll see what I can do.
Slip into the deal guy's DMs. Offer him a deal he can't refuse.
Nope, there you go.
Or be like, we have a deal that we want you to test.
We have a deal for you.
Whatever. Yes.
So, all right. That was long. I didn't realize, but did she? Well, it's the first one, so we had a lot to talk about.
Look, the first time always takes a long time.
Right. The
Actually,
first
probably
time
it's much
Sometimes
faster.
the first time is a lot faster.
Right.
You know, but if you have but did she eat that you would like us to talk about, please email us at tugays with an S pod at yahoo.com. Joe was like laughing at me, like, why did you do it like that?
I wonder how Lady Johansson would say that.
Are you making fun
Or
of me?
Nicole Kidman.
Oh, he's so making fun.
Hi, I can't even do Nicole Kidman. Here at Two Guys Pod, where magic happens.
All right, so it's time for mouth to mouth. Mouth to mouth resuscitation. So what's giving you life this week, Joe?
So I have two things.
Okay.
So now that I'm a reader,
Make it fast.
oh, shut up.
Oh, on your Kindle?
On my Kindle, yeah, that was the best impromptu. What do I do? The word that starts with an I.
That's fine.
It's impromptu.
Impromptu. Keep going. It's impromptu.
Shit, there's another word. Oh my god, it's gonna kill me. But that was a great purchase, and so I've been reading books like murder mystery books. Impulsive. Thank you. Yes, Kindle Queen.
Yeah.
Andy just brought out his Kindle. Oh my god, you're my Twindo.
Because now that we live pool adjacent, I need to be out at the
I am
pool
going to
meeting.
bring my Kindle, and you can read your Kindle, and we will be Kindle Queens together,
Yes.
and we will twindle. So I found this author, and she does like murder mystery books. I think her name is Frida McFadden.
Frida Vagina.
It's not Frida Kahlo.
Free the vagina.
Frida Vagina.
Frida Vagina.
Free that asshole.
Yeah, Frida McFadden. But like the books she write are like very like mystery, whatever. Like I'm reading one, and it's called The Housemaid's Secret.
Okay.
And the other one I read was The Coworker. And the other one I read, I forget what was the first one, or I think that was the only. No, I've only read that one. I thought I read two. Anyway, so that's one, and then the other one, when I was in Target, they had like on the end cap, there was promotions for like these Pop-Tarts, and I was like, oh, these look kind of interesting. I didn't realize that they were like protein Pop-Tarts, but they're actually really good because they don't have a lot of sugar and they don't taste like protein powder. And I think they're called Legendary Protein Pop-Tarts. Legendary. But the other good thing is that they don't have like the fake sugars that give you bad like stomach gas. So Legendary Pop-Tarts.
That is good.
Because the sugar alcohols usually fuck up your stomach. Yeah. So those are my 2. What are yours?
So my first one is Bridgerton season 3.
I've loved it so far.
I do too. We've only watched the first 2 episodes.
I wanted them to release the whole season though.
Yeah, they're not doing them. Ugh.
We've only watched the first 2 episodes, and I love the direction in which they're going with Penelope. I love her glow up this season. She did look like...
And Colin.
And Colin. Colin has a nice glow up, too. Me and Andy want an episode where all of the Bridgerton boys are, except for the little one, like, they're just, the 3 brothers are...
naked.
Chopping wood
chopping wood outside, shirtless.
With a bear in the forest.
Which is the one that's gay in real life?
Anthony, which is the oldest one, the Viscount.
The Viscount, he's in the first... I'm not trying to, like, ruin it for you, but, like, he's not the main star in this.
No, and Penelope is.
He makes a couple of, like, cameos, but it's all about Penelope, and I love that.
And I love the fact that they've given her glow up and they've done her hair in a different way, because at one point, I'm not going to ruin anything, but at one point in the dark, when she was doing something with someone, she did look like Nicole Kidman from Moulin Rouge with the hair and everything. I was like, oh.
Was that where the magic happens at IMC?
Yeah. Everything goes back to AMC.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it so much. I didn't think I would love Bridgerton, but it's just like...
Yeah, this season's good.
It is. I think this might be my favorite so far.
They have all these physically challenged people. They had a deaf person, someone in a wheelchair. Like,
no shit.
To show representation of
right.
But isn't it a period piece?
My favorite thing is that, like,
makes it so ironic.
Joe came out from the other room and he was like, "What was that? Just like so and so on instrumental?"
And I was like,
that's the thing. I love their song.
I was like, they're playing "Give You Everything" by Pitbull, and I was like, but violin, and I was like, what is this?
I loved it.
I did too, because I like every time I hear it, like, because now they in the first season they used it quite a bit, and you would just like you would hear it everywhere, but now it's like it accompanies a major moment in the show. They use it because they did like Dynamite at one point. And then the other one this season, in the first episode, was ABCDFU by Gail. Which was like a great version of that song. And I was like, oh, that's perfect.
But I have a very important question. Did they go, do-do, do-do? Have they done that one yet?
I don't know.
That's going to be in the finale.
Maybe soon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So the other thing is we started watching The Amazing Race.
Which season?
The first season.
You're starting in the beginning.
I was like, that's still on.
Internet. This was pre. Like,
where are you watching it? Paramount, Amazon,
Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, is it because you guys finished Survivor?
Yes,
girl.
I know. So, but like, I'm having a hard time with The Amazing Race because they are quintessentially stupid Americans and rude and just like
egocentric.
I'm trying to remember. That one is. Don't they like go? Is it along the world where you have like a pair and you're supposed to like get to like the next destination and then you get knocked out or whatever?
Yes.
That's where I'm like, hey Joe, if you want to go on this with me, I need to know, or do you want to jump off the cliff or eat the bugs? Because one of us has to do one of those things.
One
I will
has
not
to be
be
the
eating
physical
the bugs.
person. The other person has to be the
bugs.
Weird, you know.
So like, if that's not a fit, I'm gonna find somebody else to do Amazing Race with me because it's either you jump off the cliff or you eat the bugs.
So you could eat the bugs, right?
But
no, I would jump off the cliff. Oh no!
I guess you need a new partner.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing. And like the first season, because there was no internet or anything, you're watching them go to airports and have to use the phones inside the airports to call different airlines to find out if they have tickets and if they have room.
Because they have to get. So they're not guided. They basically figure it out on their way.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's part of it.
The very first task was you have to get from New York to South Africa, Johannesburg, South Africa, and you can only fly on one of 3 flights. And these are the 3 flights, but they didn't even tell them which airport the flights left at. So in New York, it could be JFK, LaGuardia, or Newark.
Oh my God.
So they then they had to get there. They gave money to get there.
I love that shit.
And it was really cool. It was very fun.
So they have to go from each airport to figure out where the flights are?
They have to do all of it.
Or like call it fun, it's a little more scrappy.
That would be stressful to me to watch.
How many seasons are there?
36.
Yeah.
Girl. Something like that, yeah.
So you're on.
And it started
invested.
a year after Survivor.
We could get through another COVID with this.
Yeah.
Don't wish that upon us.
All right. And then my last thing is a website called myfridgefood.com. And you put in what you have in your fridge. And then it creates a recipe for a dinner for you based on what you have available.
No.
Yes. So you can use up things that you have in your fridge.
Oh shit!
So
shit.
Yeah, it's really kind of cool.
This is your fridge.
Great.
Okay, so I have cheese.
You have cheese.
Oh,
What else?
that's it. What am I having?
You're having cheese.
Yes. Wait,
Your
so
favorite meal.
And fish.
you just select your ingredients and it'll tell you what to make?
Yeah,
Will it give you options?
You can find recipes, and then you can pick from those recipes what you want to make.
Oh my god, that is so cool.
This is actually really cool.
I know, it'll help you use up what you have.
Oh, and then you're not wasteful. That's awesome.
I know, right?
Myfridgefood.com.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Is this how you came up with the barbecue chicken we made tonight?
No, actually, I was like, oh, I need to find a crock pot. I want to do a crock pot recipe, so I was like, all right, we're gonna do bourbon barbecue chicken sandwiches.
Oh my god, like pulled chicken?
Yeah,
Sounds good.
I pulled the chicken all right.
Oh, yank that cock. At AMC.
All right,
Oh my God.
so. Just so everybody knows, we did move, Andy and I. So
You did.
We're in a totally
She
new...
ate that move.
And we did not do it alone. We had help.
No, thank you so much to Joe and Nick.
I was like,
coming
yeah,
to
you had
help
movers.
us. So, well, no,
No,
but
the
like,
movers
you guys
did the
helped
most.
move.
Surprise, they're here. We're going to interview the movers.
But like, you guys actually did a really big part of it, which was move the wine. And it's so funny that because when we were downstairs this past Sunday for Bubbles and Brunch, and we were talking to our neighbors upstairs, and she really likes wine, and I guess she had noticed. She was walking by when we were moving all that stuff in, and told her boyfriend, like, they have a lot of wine.
Oh, well, you also did we? I don't think we've recorded
food.
yet. Then we did the yard sale.
No, so we had so Andy and I we recorded the Wednesday before.
That yard sale was
we-
real fun.
We had a yard sale, and it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of people. We had quite a bit of people show up. We sold quite a bit.
And again, Nick and Joe are huge.
They were Nick.
I love
Nick
that
and Joe are huge. Nick was our muscle.
Yeah.
He was like helping people. He was like very much played a lot of Tetris, would try to get stuff into people's cars.
But
Joe's
Joe,
gonna
like,
be
upselled
a
that shit.
I
couldn't
know.
believe
It was so much fun because it was like a fun game. It was like, oh my god, because like it was your neighbor or whatever, and she's like, oh, like this is cool. It's like, oh, well, like have you looked at this because this would make a perfect gift. You know, we're getting into Thanksgiving. It's a gift basket where
Joe
you got
needs to
some
hire
jams.
Nordstrom.
Joe would be like, people would be walking by with flowers. He goes, I have a vase right here for the
I
flowers
know.
if you want.
That's exactly. I've
that's
never
great.
seen that version of Joe at your yard sale.
It was fun. Were you turned on?
You upsell.
The answer is yes.
I want to say, like, in your new space, I feel like Paul will eventually become the mayor of the community.
Oh,
That's
100%.
gonna be it. You're
Yes.
gonna know everybody's gossip. You're gonna know all the things because there's also like fun community event.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And-
where we moved to is really cool. It's a lot of fun. That it's young. There's a wide variety of people here. There's families. There's singles. There's young, old, good looking, not so good looking.
And you can
How about
scope
those
them out by the
pictures you sent
pool
me?
Exactly.
with your binoculars. Or what? Oh my god! What are the the theater
Bifocals.
glasses?
Yes. I can't wait to see how this turns out.
Yes. I use that GIF all the time at work. I bring gay.
But going back to the yard sale, I will say, like, we started early and sold quite a bit of stuff, and I'm very happy.
Because it was on Mother's Day.
Right, it was on Mother's Day, which was like
big turnout.
Was a great day to do it.
Yeah.
You know,
And it was a beautiful weather day too, because it was cloudy in the morning, and then the clouds burnt off, and it was just like a beautiful day.
My pro tip for folks that are doing yard sales, estate sales, is show up early or show up at the end. Because you're either going to get all of the great stuff, like you guys had so many great things, and even at the end you had great things, but like it's like that kind of like we sold stuff before you even opened.
right.
And that was amazing.
We had a TV that somebody bought.
Yeah.
Before we even started setting things out, they walked by and they're like, "I'll buy that right now."
Yeah, that was amazing. And then at the end, when you're like, we're getting ready to close up, and then people were like, "Hey, can we like get 4 of these things for a percentage of the cost?" You're like, "Yeah, cool, sure."
Yeah. Well, the other pro tip I'll give you guys is make sure that you have mimosas.
Yes. People didn't believe you.
And good music.
People did not believe
The
us that we
music
had
and mimosas, because they were like, "Aha, that's so cute." But you were like, "Yeah, do you want?"
No, we
one?" They're
really
like,
do have
but
it.
No, but really, do you want? Like, yeah, here we go. And
Yeah,
you were like,
take your red Solo cup.
One mimosa, and that was my job. I got
Yeah, Nick was a mimosa man.
He was muscle and mimosas.
Yeah.
Oh,
One
that sounds like
mimosa
a
for the
gay bar
people,
weekend.
One mimosa for me.
Like that would be like a Sunday at Moe's. Muscles and mimosas at Moe's.
But it wouldn't be mimosas; it'd be momosas.
There you go.
Mimosa.
Okay, we got it. We're trademarking that.
We're gonna pitch it to them soon.
Yeah.
So, but no, like we moved into our place. It's great. It's we're getting used to the new sounds that we have to
Baxter's
deal
getting
with.
used to the new sounds.
Baxter is
Yeah.
also getting used to the new sounds, like a doorbell.
Oh,
I did that today. Oh, sorry, Bax. I'm so sorry.
yeah.
No, it's totally okay. He's got to get used to them, and he's doing really good.
Yeah, he's doing really good. We have the upstairs neighbors, so he's getting used to people walking around upstairs and stuff and not knowing where that noise is coming from. He's getting used to going on AstroTurf. He's not used to that either.
Yeah.
Does he not like it?
He's not a fan of it, I don't think. I don't think he is.
Where's the
It smells
AstroTurf?
like he does
But
like-
can he smell the dog
yeah,
stuff on the
Yes.
AstroTurf? Okay.
Yeah.
So he's still getting those smells.
We can all smell the stuff off the
Yeah.
AstroTurf.
He's just like, but I don't smell the like soil and the grass.
I would hate, because it's like there are people who are like their windows and patios
No.
are right off of the doggy
No, ma'am.
greens, and I'm like, I would not be.
They have probably a
that's
lot of
fine.
candles.
it's been a great. I mean, we've only been here 5 days. But
Oh yeah, and like we've already done like a community building thing. They've had
And you're
you know-
fully unpacked.
Well, we're almost.
Ish.
Girl, your home is
Is
like
everything in the house?
your home is hostable.
Everything's here. Everything's here though.
What you see on the deck is the last stuff. That
Yeah.
goes away.
So it's almost there. We're
Yeah,
we're
because-
Girl,
getting there.
you done.
I'm still. How long have we lived in our house? I still got some
August?
boxes.
Yeah, I'm waiting for us to get pictures to put on the kitchen wall.
Anyway, that's
Well, and part of that is using rental bins because you have to empty them. And return them.
that was so smart. Those
Yeah.
things.
Well,
And
that was
all
yeah,
the-
because I had bought a bunch of cardboard boxes, and that you just throw them out.
and you just throw them out. So now you're just
Yeah, wasting.
And well, not only that, but like those boxes may break or
They're not strong either.
right.
No,
and you can't really stack them up that high.
no, you can't stack them out at all.
No, that was
So-
a really smart thing you all did.
And people
get
don't
those.
really know that you can do that at U-Haul.
I didn't know you could do
Yeah,
that.
rental, and you can rent them for as many days as you want. So we ended up renting like 17 for 4 weeks, and we really only needed them for 3 weeks. But
Right.
it wasn't
And
that expensive. It was about the same as boxes,
right.
Really?
without the trash and without
Yeah,
the
And you don't
time
have to get the
assemble.
fucking tape.
Yeah.
The hassle of the boxes, even if it's the same cost, if you can give them back to U-Haul at the end,
Yeah.
done.
I agree.
Also, find yourself a nice, good moving company. We have one that we've used a couple of times now, and the guys were amazing, and they were quick, and it was like, okay.
It took them 5 hours from beginning to end to
Wow.
load everything on our house.
Only 5 hours?
Yeah. And
How many people did they have with them?
3.
3.
Damn.
And the guys were like, I guess he told Andy, like, you guys are really, like, organized and ready to go because we even told them like what we wanted loaded when we were at the house. We told them exactly which ones we wanted loaded last, so that they would be the first to come off.
We said like the wine refrigerator, put that on first because then we can get everything off the floor because we had moved the wine.
Smart. Yeah.
So that came off first, so it came up first.
You guys are pros. Damn.
They're pro movers, yeah.
Yeah. So
they were awesome, and they're going to come and move the piano on Friday for the buyer.
Somebody bought our piano.
Bought it. They bought it.
We sold the piano, and someone's coming, and they're going to use the same mover.
Again,
Nice.
Facebook Marketplace. If you're moving, that's like your best friend because our friend John is trying to sell his piano. He dropped the price a couple of times.
My mom loves Facebook Marketplace. My dad doesn't love it because my mom loves it.
Oh, but does she love it to buy stuff or sell stuff?
She's sold stuff, but she also it's so easy and she knows how to go on there. I've told her my little sister's helping her with because I don't want her to get scammed because I think it's but the stuff she finds and the stuff she sells, I'm like, way to go, Mom. She knows how to use this internet thing and she loves it. She finds some great stuff. She'll be scrolling, I guess, and be and she knows how to screenshot.
Oh.
She'll send it to my little sister and be like, hey, I love this. Can you look at this for me?
Has she found the tablets for John Smith on there?
Absolutely.
Oh,
yeah.
but did Facebook Marketplace? Did she eat? Did Facebook Marketplace eat?
That's
She
because
fed.
So
not John.
I want to know, your moving company, did they pay by the hour or the move?
So it was a flat hourly rate,
Yeah.
and it's only $145 an hour.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
And they only bill the travel time between the two times 2.
Okay, that's not bad.
So, and we're only 10 minutes away.
Yeah,
so
it's super
that
easy.
Part, it ended up being 5 hours total time, all inclusive.
Yeah,
That's
that's
not
great.
bad.
Because I feel like a lot of times those folks will, I don't know, they'll, if it's based off of the hours that
They're slower.
yes.
Well, and they took a little break for lunch. They did not charge us for that.
Yeah.
These guys are really conscientious. I've used them 6 times now.
Wow.
In the last 20 years.
The fact that they moved your heavy stuff like your wine holder.
Yeah, I think the thing that gave them the most problems was actually the mattress for our California king size bed.
The mattress.
The
The
mattress
mattress.
and the wine thing, or was
The
it?
wine thing was hard, but that was first, so they were still not too tired. I think as we got through the rest of the day, the table, just because I had to break it into pieces.
Oh, no.
Disassemble it and then reassemble it.
Oh, really?
from the dining table.
Oh, that's annoying.
But they were super nice. They helped us put the TV on the wall. If we had something that needed to be moved, they were really good about moving it. They broke down the bed. Yeah, they broke down the bed and then put it back together when they brought it over here.
Nice.
So it's not just them picking up stuff and then just dropping it back down.
Okay.
And it's it was.
Things were in good shape. I mean, other than bins to unpack and stuff. Right when they left, we could live in this house right after that.
Oh yeah, just put that over there. Oh, a little to the left. Oh, extra to the right.
That was more Andy thing. I was just downstairs going, yeah, that goes upstairs. That stays down here. I'll take care of that.
But there was some of that. We didn't know if that table and the sofa would fit, so he put it there, and I took a picture and sent it down to Paul downstairs. What do you think? You want to come up and look at it? And it was fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it all worked out really well.
Well, and once you move and we've had to downsize quite a bit, we got rid of a lot of stuff and we had to figure out what to do with other stuff. So we went to, I felt so butch because we went to Lowe's and we bought heavy duty shelving.
For the garage.
Oh, I was like,
garage.
where'd you? Okay.
Oh, because where your garage has space beyond.
We had 5 feet at the end of the garage beyond where the car goes.
Which is
that we
nice.
can use for storage.
Oh,
Right.
that's nice.
So we were able to do that. So we've been emptying bins and putting them up there.
Nice.
So it's been but it felt very butch.
Yeah.
So
Girl.
I'm once we get the patio cleared, I want to look at patio furniture and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a
we'll
little
see.
less bush.
Yeah, a little less butch with that one. But we're very happy in our new home and our new studio.
And we don't hate each other.
And we don't hate each other because that's
That's the biggest thing.
a
when
huge
moving.
thing.
Yeah.
It is a stressor.
When you talk to other people and you're like, oh, we just moved, and and you guys are still talking to each other, and we're like, yeah, it's just, there were times when we probably got on each other's nerves, of course, but like we didn't yell. We were just very much like, okay, well, you just do it then.
Or just like, yeah, that's not going to work for me.
Yeah. It's like,
We're moving that.
I'm going to go walk the dog.
Or you can do what I did and go to Europe for 2 weeks after you moved.
Yeah, he left.
So when we moved, like we basically unpacked everything. Like we moved and unpacked everything. So like there wasn't much for me to move after I got back.
What's like a pro tip now that you're here? What's your pro tip of like, hey, this is what we experienced. Like this is what we learned. What's your pro tip?
I would say get yourself in a mindset of letting things go because you accumulate a lot of crap that you just don't need. And
God, yes.
We did a lot of thinning out before we packed, and even after, like we moved clothes, and then I went through and like half of my shirts I was able to just donate.
Nice.
Because and if you have the right mindset, you realize like you've accumulated a lot of stuff that you're never going to use. You can let it go, and other people may get value out of it.
I will say from the value point, like now I have a really great work bag from Paul.
The designer, Paul Smith.
I like walk around with this shit all day long now. I'm like, look at my bag, look at my bag. So your move was my gain. Thank you.
But also like don't assume you know what other people might find valuable, because some of the things we had that I thought were worthless were actually something that sold like on eBay for a lot. And other things I thought we had that were very valuable are worthless.
Sure.
That's just like, what is it? One man's trash is another man's treasure or whatever.
Right. And but go on those sites like eBay or Facebook and see what things are selling for. And
that's the key.
You know, I had these crazy books that I thought I was just going to donate. Like 27 books, and they sold for almost $200.
Wow!
Oh my God!
Yeah, I mean, and to me, they were worthless.
Yeah,
and now we'll get banned in Florida.
I think for me, it's I know you want to have a timeline, but try to have a little bit more of a flexible timeline, because, like for us, it was very easy to. It was nice to be able to go, okay, we have this much time before, we have this much time after.
Yeah.
We just have to get stuff done within that time, but we can do this bit now before we move, and we want to get to a certain point, but like you can definitely have like a goal.
Yeah.
But like it should, to make it easier on you and your partner and whoever else is helping you move, it's like it's easy. It's a lot better to have like a goal, but like a very approachable goal.
Flexibility.
Yeah.
So we were lucky that we could have an overlap. We have both places right now for like about 3 weeks. We could have access to both places.
Right. Yeah.
And that gave us a week before the movers came to move the small stuff and actually get it put away. So when the movers came, they were just moving big stuff.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, time to clean up and clean out, and today
move the food, all that
carpet
kind of stuff,
repaired. It took a couple of extra days to get the refrigerators emptied out, and that worked out really, really well. Made it a much less of a you have to do it all in one day kind of thing.
Right. So just like King Julius said in Madagascar, we like to move it.
I love those movies so much. Oh no!
But just like that, we need to move on and get on with our day. So everyone have a great week.
And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in to These Unprecedented Gays. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and join us next time as we continue exploring the ever-changing landscape of queer life. Until then, stay proud, stay fierce, and stay unprecedented.